You're thinking about selling your home and you've heard of home inspections and how they can make you feel a little uncomfortable, like your home is suddenly under a microscope. You might be wondering, will they find something major? Will the buyer back out? What should I do if they ask for repairs? It's a big deal for a reason. The great majority of home buyers hire a home inspector when purchasing. And in many cases, the results can lead to negotiations, price reductions, or even deals falling apart. So, as a seller, it's totally normal to worry about what an inspector might find and how it could affect your sale. But don't stress. Today, we'll walk through exactly what you can expect during the inspection period, how to get your home ready to avoid unnecessary red flags, and how to navigate buyer requests with confidence. So what exactly is a home inspection? And why does it matter so much when you're selling your home? Well, think of it like a checkup at the doctor, but for your house. It's a thorough top to bottom evaluation of your property's condition. Usually, a home inspection is ordered and paid for by the buyer, but sometimes sellers choose to do one upfront just to get ahead of any surprises. The inspection is handled by a general home inspector whose job is to assess the overall health and safety of your home. And here's the key thing to understand. The inspector's goal isn't to pass or fail your home. They simply document what they see, good, bad, and everything in between. So the buyer knows exactly what they're getting into when purchasing your home. Typically, a home inspector focuses on three major areas. First, they check the foundation of the home, followed by walls, roof, floors, and overall framing. Buyers want to know if the home is solid and free from major structural issues, as these are some of the most expensive to fix items. Next is the home's major systems. We're talking about the heating and cooling, plumbing, and electrical. Is the furnace working? Are there any leaks under the sinks? Do the outlets actually work? This is to ensure that everything is in working order and won't cause problems down the road. Lastly, this one's a biggie. Inspectors are trained to spot potential hazards. This includes outdated wiring, missing smoke detectors, fire risks, and violations that could affect the home's livability. They not only make buyers nervous, but could also cause financing problems if flagged by an appraiser. Now keep in mind that inspectors don't just note the big, obvious stuff. Even the minor wear and tear, which every home tends to have, will be part of their evaluation, as that's what they're hired to do. But don't take it personally. When you see a long list of a report, it just means that your home has been lived in, and that's completely normal. Once the inspection is done and the buyer has the report in hand, you might wonder, what happens next? Well, buyers have a few options. They might ask for certain repairs to be made and say, hey, instead of fixing these things, how about giving us a credit or reducing the price so we can handle it ourselves? Or, honestly, if the report comes back pretty clean or the buyer is comfortable with what's there, they may just move forward as is without asking for anything at all. As a seller, you can agree to the requests or negotiate by offering credit instead of doing the repair yourself. Or if something doesn't feel reasonable, you can choose to just say no. Just be aware that if you and the buyer can't come to an agreement, they do have the option to walk away, officially ending the contract. One of the easiest ways to make the inspection process smooth is ensuring that the inspector can access every part of your home, as they aren't going to move your personal items around to peek behind them. Start by decluttering and clearing the path to important areas like the electrical panel, water heater, furnace, or HVAC unit, crawl spaces, and attic hatches. Then, knock out those small, obvious repairs. Things like dripping faucets, loose or wobbly handrails, burnt out light bulbs, cracked caulk around tubs or windows, and missing or dead batteries in smoke detectors. These things might seem minor, but during an inspection, they can really add up. When buyers see a report full of small problems, it makes them wonder if there are bigger problems lurking that haven't been addressed, potentially affecting the home sale. If you want a thorough checklist to keep you on track, we've put together a free home seller pre-list home checklist that breaks down all the common areas to check and tidy up before an inspection. You can download it on our website or check the link available for you below. Now, if you've made upgrades or major repairs, have the paperwork to show it. Inspectors don't usually review these documents as part of their process, but leaving them available can clear up any questions that might pop up in the report. Once the inspection is complete, the buyer will likely send over a list of repair requests. And I know this part can feel a bit overwhelming, but here's the truth. What matters most are the specific concerns the buyer brings to the table, not the entire report itself. So instead of stressing over every detail, shift your focus to what the buyer is actually asking for. These could range from minor fixes to major repairs, but they ultimately reflect what's most important to them. And listen, you might not agree with everything they're asking for, or even feel like they're overlooking bigger issues. But at the end of the day, you are selling the home. This stage is really about helping the buyer feel comfortable moving forward while keeping as much money in your pocket as possible. So, if there are items you don't think are worth fixing, negotiate based on their overall cost. But if you're willing to make a concession, consider offering a credit at closing. This way, the buyer can handle the repair after closing and you can avoid the hassle of dealing with it yourself. And if the buyer's list feels long, have your agent ask which items truly matter most. Prioritizing those key concerns can help you keep the deal on track without getting bogged down by less important fixes. Remember, the goal is to keep the deal moving forward while protecting your bottom line. All right, now let's talk about negotiations. When a buyer requests repairs, you have a few options. It's all about finding the best approach that works for both of you. Let's break it down. One option is to do the repairs yourself. If you decide to go this route, figure out upfront how you want to go about it. Are you comfortable doing it yourself, or is it better to bring in a licensed contractor? Then think about the timing. Will the work be completed before closing? Most likely. So if so, do you need to provide proof like receipts or photos to show that it's done? Sorting these details early will help you stay on track and avoid last-minute stress. If you don't have time to handle the repair before closing, again, you can always opt to offer a credit instead. One way to do this is by lowering the purchase price. Another option is offering a seller credit towards the buyer's closing costs. This keeps the purchase price the same, but reduces how much cash they need to bring to the table, giving the buyer more flexibility to handle the repairs later. You may also arrange for a payment to a contractor once the sale closes, so the buyer can handle the repairs with a trusted professional after closing. Credits can be a smart move if you're short on time, don't want to manage the repairs yourself, or just want to be certain the sale is actually closing before you spend any money. After all, credits don't kick in until closing day, so if the deal falls through, you're not out of pocket. But here's one thing to keep in mind. If the repair is something serious, like a structural or safety concern, it's often better to just take care of it. Why? Because an appraiser could flag it, and if the lender won't approve the buyer's loan, the whole deal could fall apart. If you're unsure about how much a repair might cost, a few quick quotes from professionals can give you real numbers to work with. That way, you'll know what's fair before agreeing to a repair or credit. You can decide if it's better to fix the issue or offer money back, and most importantly, you'll feel more confident and in control. The best part, you don't have to figure this out alone. A good real estate agent can connect you with trusted contractors who can give you fast, reliable pricing. If you need help finding one, our Agent Match Advantage program connects you with trusted agents suited for your needs. Just visit our website or click below to get started. Let's be real, inspection negotiations can be frustrating. As much as you want to avoid it, it's a normal part of the transaction process. Most buyers aren't pointing out issues just to make your life difficult. They're simply looking for peace of mind, ensuring that they're making a smart investment. That's why finding creative solutions like offering credits instead of repairs can help keep the deal on track. But if you agree to make repairs, don't procrastinate. Delays can push back your closing date. Selling a home is a journey with lots of moving parts, but the right mindset, clear communication, and some preparation, you can get through the inspection period feeling confident and in control. And if you found this video helpful, we've got even more tips and resources waiting for you. Check out our website and subscribe for more expert insights and step-by-step guidance.